up YouTube? Welcome to Nigeria Guy Reviews and your boy Ugo. Today we have a very special vehicle. This right here is a 2024 Mercedes GLS 63 AMG, and this right here, you know, is a big daddy of Mercedes-Benz. This is a 7-seater or 6-seater depending on your configuration. We're going to review this vehicle. We're going to see how it drives. We're going to see what is pushing out this thing. We're going to see what makes this Mercedes and AMG. If you're new to the channel, please don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on your notification bell so you can be notified whenever we upload videos like this. Alright, so starting from the front of this vehicle, when you see this, it is no doubt a giant Mercedes-Benz. And you can see that by this giant pointed star right there that is seen up there. And you can see that it is housing the radar detector and everything else is packed into this emblem. You have your front-facing camera right there because it has a 360 degrees camera. And up here, down there, you have enough breathing room. This thing channels air like nobody's business, so you can see all the facial, the front here, how much air curtains that it has, because this thing needs to breathe a lot of air in order to cool this giant engine. So you have your front sensors right there, and of course this looks really nice. It gives you like this kind of split type of finishing, but it looks really nice. And then when you rise up here, you can see the AMG badge. This is actually not the regular AMG badge. I have not seen that before. But if you're a Mercedes fan, you probably know what that is. And this is the top of the line configuration. And this thing has been spec'd out to the mass. So let's come to the front of this. You can see what the headlights look like. It looks pretty nice. I'm going to turn that on so that you guys can see what it is. So with the lights on, you can see that it has this, this is the daytime running light. You have this dual light right there, and then this strip right here. And coming down, you have your giant projector beams in there. And also this turns to the as a turn signal when you turn that on. So it looks pretty nice. This is it looks very intimidating when you're looking at it or when it's coming behind you. So coming to the side, let's look at these giant wheels that this thing is running on. These are very, very big wheels on this thing. So this is running on 285, 45, R22s. These are giant 22-inch alloy wheels that these things are running on. And of course, you know that this is the Mercedes wheel design. It looks pretty nice, finished in black, and the giant brake rotors. These things are huge. They are probably the size of most tires. And then you have your red AMG brake finishing right there, just in case you don't know what you're looking at. It gives this thing a very nice stopping power because this is a huge SUV. So coming to the side, you have your V8 bi-turbo 4MATIC Plus on there to tell you that this is not just the regular, you know, GLS 500 or whatever it is, or the 600. This is the AMG. So you have your mirror right there with the camera on the side, because it's a 360 camera like I mentioned, and you have this giant this step right there. It is not just for show. It actually holds weight. You can step on it to get in. So, and then this cannot be a luxury vehicle if it doesn't have a soft close, which, you know, this has. I'm gonna do that again. Just touch it and then it shuts on its own. So, you know, with the keys in your pocket, you just put your hand on there to unlock, and to lock it, you press that indentation right there. And this is the Mercedes key, the key fob. I mean, it looks, if you're used to a Mercedes key fob, then you know that nothing has changed on here. You have the AMG right there, so you don't mistake it for your other regular Mercedes-Benz keys. So we're gonna turn this back off. All right. So coming all the way to the back, these tires, I believe they actually get bigger in the back. They are not the same size as what it is in the front. So these are they're still the same 22-inch wheels in the rear, but I think it is wider back here. So these are 40s, 325. Yeah, they're definitely wider. The front ones are 285s and there are 325s in the back, because when you see the stance of this thing, it looks big in the back. So This looks really nice. It looks menacing. The stands are very nice. And then you come to the back here. Then this is what shows you that you are driving an AMG, where it shows other people who you're going to overtake, because you have this dual quad exhaust right there, and they are real. These are real exhausts in there. I mean, you have the pipes in there, but they make a lot of noise. If you know AMG, you know that this makes a lot of cracks and pops, better than any other mainstream vehicle. Well, except for the Cadillac Escalade V, but that's on a different level. So down below, you have your parking sensors, and then you have your tow hitch in there to enable you to tow over 5,000 pounds on this thing. And then here, you're probably wondering where the backup camera is. With Mercedes-Benz, they always integrate it into the emblem. So when you put the reverse on, this pops up. I might even give that a try so you guys can see. So like I mentioned, this is the GLS 63 AMG. Very beautiful vehicle. So let's pop the trunk while we're back here. As you can see, this is a 6-seater, and it has enough room to fit, a couple airport luggages and a couple of other stuff. Down below gives you an actual spare tire, which is very rare to see nowadays. You have a nice regular size spare tire. It's not run flat. I prefer these. And of course, if you don't want the spare tire, you can definitely store a bunch of other stuff down there by taking that off. So this is really, really nice. So you can lower the suspension from here. Like if you want to load things, this comes down. I don't know if you can see it, but what that does, those buttons do, is like you can lower the back of the vehicle, so it can enable you to lift heavy luggages up and in and out of this thing. And then of course, your when you're back here, you can put these seats down, and you can also fold the ones back forward by using this button right there. So you move those forward, and I guess you can use that to also bring it back. But let's move on. So closing this trunk, you have a couple ways you can do that. You can either like kick to close it, but this is very finicky because it chooses when it wants to work. But you press that to close the trunk. And then just take a look at this vehicle. Look at just the way this thing looks. It looks beautiful. Finished in this nice black color, black on black. I love it. And you can even see that all the silver accents that regular ones will have has been blacked out. So I guess this would be like maybe black optics. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but I like the way it is blacked out everywhere. So now we're going to go on the inside of this thing and see what it looks like. So get in here, just stop that, and then it opens up. So, this has a very nice step in height. All right, so when you're sitting in here, it looks really, really nice in here. Let's go ahead and start this up. That looks amazing. I mean, if you've been into the inside the last generation Mercedes-Benz, it will be a familiar look for you. So you start from the door. Of course, you know that this has a Bamister sound system. You have your heated seat and your ventilated seat right there, and this button enables you to control the passenger seat. So you can see the finishing. I mean, I don't need to tell you guys what Mercedes does. This is finished in nice soft touch leather material. It is nice. It is the two-tone interior. You have this dark finishing here, and then the light leather is beautiful. It feels really nice. And on top of that, you also have carbon fiber finishing everywhere in this vehicle. So this runs from the door panel all the way to the inside of the dash. You can see the carbon fiber finishing. And of course, now that it's getting darker, you can see that there's the ambient light in this thing. Right now, it is set to blue. And then this is a Mercedes. They kill it with the ambient lighting. So I don't need to tell you guys how beautiful this thing is. So, but one thing that really impressed me getting into this thing as a giant SUV is the steering wheel. I love this steering wheel. It looks really, really beautiful. As you can see, it is finished in carbon fiber and Alcantara. So it is soft, it is nice, and it is a flat bottom steering wheel. Then here you have your drive mode selector. So you can select sports, sports plus. You can hear the exhaust also changing. And then on here, you can also change the ride height with this button on the left. So that changes the ride height. You can also turn on or off the active exhaust. I mean, this is really nice. Of course, you know that this controls all these things. You can also control this screen using these buttons in here. You know, there are many ways. This is a touch screen, like I mentioned in the other Mercedes video. That is a touch screen. You can use this to control it, or you can also use this button right there to control that infotainment system. Not only can you control that, you can also control the digital display right there, because you can change it to different things. The door is open right now, so I'm not sure if it's going to do a whole lot. But as you can see, there are different ways you can change this thing. And it has this, it's not really a physical button, but it's a haptic, I mean a soft touch kind of thing, where you don't have to press the button, you just respond to your touch. And then another thing that is impressive in this vehicle is the heads-up display. You probably do not see that from here, but it is one of the biggest heads-up display that has been fitted in any production vehicle. This heads-up display is huge, that it feels like it's taking up half of the windshield when any information displays on there. So I'm not sure you guys can see that, but that's what it is. So going back to here, so you can see that this is finished in nice, like I mentioned before, carbon fiber. And then it looks really nice in here. You have this finishing right here. You have these physical buttons to adjust your climate control. You have a wireless charger right there. You have a USB Type-C for your Android Auto and your Apple CarPlay down below. And of course, down here, it is a very roomy, it is huge in there. And you also have another USB USB port down there. So, I mean, when you open the glove box, you can see that you have your air, you have air freshener in the glove box. So you can with the air condition on, you can have your air diffused with different fragrance in there. So that is a Mercedes something. Very beautiful car. Let me know what you think about this. Your huge panoramic sunroof in there. Now we're going to get in the second row seat and see what it feels like. Alright guys, so getting into the second row of this thing, you can see, like I mentioned, that step right there is good for stepping in. And then sitting in here, this is very comfortable. Of course, you can move this thing just like you have all the adjustments in the back, just like you would in the front. You have your heated seat back here too. You can adjust the headrest. You can adjust the back. You can adjust it in multiple ways, up and down. Okay, you can adjust it up and down. So then you also have the carbon fiber finishing right here, and you have a speaker grill down there. The ambient light also is back here, so they have given you everything that you have in the front. You also have that in the back. So with that being said, the other seat, you can see, let us see what this has. You have a climate control back here, and you have your vent over there. So the room in this thing is endless. I did mention that this was a 6-seater, so we're going to get in the third row seat and see what this looks like. All right, I think I might have to step out and do this. All right, so I just figured out that there's only one button in the back here. So to get in the second row of this thing, you hold that, and I guess that's how it moves forward. Okay, that takes entirely too long. So with that up, you have a nice step in height, and you can get back here. So let's sit in this part. Anywho, so sitting back here, it is relatively comfortable, but I don't know between this, and I always compare these things with the Palisade and the Telluride, which one is more comfortable. I know this is in a different price range. This is $136,000, and we are talking about a $42,000 Palisades. But don't mean to compare, but I'm talking about like the third row. I think those still have one of the best third row seating. But when you're back here, you have a cup holder down below, and you have two USB Type C's, and then you have a speaker grill right here, and of course your seat belt. What else? That's all that you have back here. It's not heated, it's not cooled or ventilated, but it is comfortable enough to sit a medium-sized adult. So sitting from the third row seat, this is what you see. It is a beautiful vehicle regardless. It is a beautiful, expensive family hauler that makes, a lot of power. This is the giant V8 that is pushing this beast. This right here is a 603 horsepower, 627 pound-feet of torque monster that is pushing this thing from 0 to 60 in about 3.7 seconds. Quarter mile is 13 seconds. I think it's about 12 point something seconds at 140 miles per hour. And the top speed on here is a blistering 170, I think 78 miles per hour. So this is a huge SUV that is very, very fast. So there you have this giant beast of a Mercedes. If you need a vehicle, a family hauler, and you still want to be able to outrun anybody on the street, you have this right here. And I believe this will even be faster than the Cadillac, because I believe the Escalade's top speed is not up to 174, but that's what you have on here. But it is also expensive at 140 something. I believe for this one is like $146,000. So it's not a cheap vehicle, but it's one of those that when you're driving it, you're driving something that gives you miles per gallon. We're not even going to talk about how much gas this thing gives. I wish you could start like Jeez. All right, guys. So driving the 2024 Mercedes GLS AMG 63 4MATIC Plus. That is a lot of names, but we're gonna take this on a test drive and see what it drives like. Well, I already know what it drives like, but I will show you guys what it drives like. So we're gonna put this on comfort because it's a family hauler. That's where it's meant to drive, or where it's meant to be. And all of a sudden it becomes a tamed beast. Don't forget that this has 603 horsepower and 627 pound-feet of torque. And so when you put it on comfort, the suspension becomes very, very soft and you can barely feel the bumps. But when it is on Sports Plus with a suspension tuned to dynamic, then this thing is one of the harshest riding SUV that you can get into. But that's only for when you're trying to. That's that's on comfort and it's still launching and it's still driving like that. Now, can you imagine what it would feel like driving this thing on dynamic? Of course, if you want to do that, then you know that you're at the mercy of the gas station. This thing drives very nice. The visibility on here is absolutely nice. Like, you don't really have too many blind spots. The A pillar is nice. The B pillar is also you can see out of it. And of course, you have all your driver's aid in here, the blind spot monitoring system. You have your radar detector. You have your forward collision warning system and mitigation system. Like, everything you need is in this vehicle, so you can drive comfortably knowing that the car can come to your aid if need be. But I suggest that you actually pay attention to the road when you're driving something like this, because it's a very expensive vehicle, like I mentioned before. But this steering wheel, though, is very nice and beefy. It's soft as well. The fact that it is actually finished in Alcantara and carbon fiber is what's baffling me. But it is a nice place to be in. We're gonna switch this to dynamic because we are in a back road. So when you switch it to dynamic, you see it's let's do that again. So you have Sports Plus. The engine is in dynamic. The suspension is in Sports Plus, and then you have the AMG dynamic system, which is now on also dynamic. So what that means is that you have active exhaust. It opens up and you can hear the exhaust pipe, so which is a beautiful sound when you're driving this thing down the road. And you can do this. God damn. What do you hear? This thing is not supposed to be driving like this. This thing weighs over 6,000 pounds. It is not supposed to be driving like this. This is crazy. And the thing is that I know you have this one in here that says it might tilt over, but you don't really feel like it's going to tilt over because of how balanced it is. Those wheels, the fat tires that they have put in this thing, it also helps a lot, because if you're going to be maneuvering something like this, if you're going to be pushing around this kind of power, then you need all those, as much grip as you can get, as much wide stance as you can get, and this vehicle gives you that. It sounds so good. It sounds like when you drive an AMG, you know that they have one of the best sounding active exhaust out. I have an SQ7, which I believe sounds great as well, but compared to this thing, that exhaust is muffled. And the fact that you hear the cracks and pops when you rev this thing, even when you're driving, that does it too, but this is like on a different level. It feels like what the other one would sound like if you actually tune it, but this is stock. Nothing has been done to this vehicle. As you can see, it is brand new. It has very low miles on it. It's a 2024, was just, as you can see, still has a paper tags. So it is a brand new vehicle, and stock, it sounds the way that it sounds. It's crazy. This is what AMG gives you. I don't know. I'm not trying to praise it too much, but this is a great vehicle to drive. But hey guys, let me know what you think. If you have one of these vehicles, if you have one of these AMGs, I'm pretty sure you're having fun in it. Let me know in the comment section. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Oh, and we can also help you with your vehicle purchases. We offer auto concierge services where we can help you go to the dealership to drive whatever car you want to drive based on your budget, and we can make all your car buying processes a breeze where you don't have to worry about the hassle of having time to go test drive. So let me know in the comment section. Let me you can reach out to us via email, or you can put your phone number down, DM me on Instagram, the same handle, Niger Guy Reviews. We can follow up and get you the vehicle of your dream. So thank you again for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.